Alright you guys, so today I am giving you permission to vent. And what I mean by that is I want you guys to get a piece of paper and I want you to write down everything that you can think of that is bothering you about your life right now, about where you are in life, about things that are just not going right or not going as planned. Just let it all out. Get it all out on paper. Just make a list of all of the things that are not the way you want them to be. So right now, I want you guys to pause this video and go do that and then come back. Okay, so you've got your list of all of the things that are not working the way that you had hoped in your life. Now I want you guys to go through that list and you're gonna take out another sheet of paper and you're gonna write down the opposite of what you just wrote on that first list. So I want you guys to look at what you wrote, and next to each thing that you wrote, I want you to go to your new sheet of paper and I want you to write down what your ideal situation would look like, what your ideal scenario would look like for the specific thing that you wrote down. So for instance, let's say that you are really unhappy with your home. It's cluttered, it's messy, it's dirty, it's unorganized, and you vented all this out on paper. So now I want you to take that new sheet of paper and I want you to write down what your ideal home would look like. Okay, so you hate living in a messy, cluttered house. What kind of house do you want to live in? What would your ideal home look like? Okay, so I want you guys to flip that around to what you do want for everything you wrote on that list. So pause this video and go do that now. Okay, so you've flipped those things around to what you do want. Now what do you do with this list? I want you guys to hold on to this list because you are going to be using this throughout the year as you finish your other goals that you've set for yourself, or you've manifested certain things that you wanted to manifest this year, and your list of 12 things that you did yesterday. Once you notice that you're starting to cross things off of that list and you have that empty space there, I want you to go to this don't want list and how you've flipped it around and then pick something from that new list and add that to your 12 things that you're working on this year. So think of this as an ongoing goals and intentions list. So throughout the year, as you start crossing things off of your first original 12, you'll have these empty slots that you can now transfer new goals and new intentions to. The other thing I want you to do with this is I want you guys to get into the habit of noticing when you're complaining about something or you are venting about something. I know some people don't like to think of it as they're complaining and they just say, I'm just venting. Honey, you're complaining about something, okay? So if you are venting, you're complaining. And if you're complaining, it's because there is something in your life that you are not happy with. You are not aligned with your highest self. And I want you guys to pay attention to those things because these are opportunities to pivot and shift so that you realign with your highest self. So what I like to do is I keep a running list on my phone in my notes app, and I just title it my don't want list. And anytime I find myself complaining about something, I will jot it down on my don't want list, what it is I'm complaining about. And then later on when I have time, after I get home, I will flip that around and say, okay, I know what I don't want. What is it that I do want this to look like? And I just keep that list on my phone. So there's nothing wrong with knowing when there's something in your life that is not the way you want it to be. These are really great indicators of what it is that you do want in your life. It's basically like your highest self is telling you, hey, this isn't where you're supposed to be. You're walking further and further away from me right now. So it's kind of like this little nudge that allows you to recognize when you're out of alignment with your highest self. All right, you guys, so that is your don't want list and how to use it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, you guys, so in this video, we are going to be practicing your highest self visualization. And what I want you guys to do is, as we're going through this video, I want you guys to pause the video, take the action. When you're done with that, then I want you to come back and start replaying the video, okay?